I got these from StarActionFigures.com, your one-stop place for Star Wars and other figgy needs. Hello Figgy Fiends and Collectors, this is me, Daniel East1000, back again with another Star Wars: The Black Series figure review. Today we're going to be having a look at Ezra, new style packaging, which is a first for me. We did get Ezra before, but I stupidly, like I'm pretty sure many other people, didn't order him, and he became super duper hard to find. And it feels like I've been waiting for at least the best part of a year and a half maybe to try and get him again, and finally, because they did the full Rebels team as a figure assortment or wave, exclusive wave might I add, it's really good to finally have them all together as a team on a shelf. And in particular, Ezra is the one that kind of makes it all worth it, definitely at the heart of it. So here we have the new style of packaging, of which is not too far different from the original, but it's different enough. We've got Kanan's packaging here, just to compare. So obviously we've lost the lovely Gregory Titus artwork, but have now received this. I don't know who the artist done this. Answer on a postcard if you can answer that, or if they could reveal themselves, that would be great. Got Ezra here with his lightsaber ignited. You've even got the Pergil up there. Obviously Star Wars Rebels, because that's the show that he appears in. The character name, as well as the usual legal MacGuffin at the bottom. Star Wars: The Black Series and where the figure sits, so you get a good look at all the stuff he comes with. Then on the side, not too different from the original Black Series packaging. We've just got Star Wars: The Black Series there, no name running on the spine. Then on the other side, obviously you've got the picture and no number, which is interesting to see, although these are numbered. You've got the red spine as well, which we've now lost, and obviously the shapes a little bit different. They are about the same size roughly, but you've just lost that edge there, it's dips in more. You've got a bio on the character and a nice pitch there as well, so not too different from this style of packaging. As always though, we do have the legal MacGuffin, and just there you've got the number that this figure is. So I don't know if they've restarted the number system again, I have no clue. It's just a number at the end of the day, or again, these figures aren't numbers to me. As always, I will put the bio in the description below for you to read. Pause this first, then read. But yeah, that's the packaging pretty much out the way and done with. I really do like it. It's a nice refresh. I must admit the cardstock does feel a little more akin to Marvel Legends than this sort of high quality gloss finish card back. But that's not a bad thing. Hopefully that will reflect in the quality of figures that we will soon to be getting. Fingers crossed. So that's the packaging for Ezra. Onto the figure itself. I'm really impressed with. I love the amount of attention to detail they've put into it, and the fact that they've taken, and like with all these figures in this Rebels assortment, a character that's 2D, 3D, like an animated model, into something that looks like it physically exists. It's something to be really commended. It's a really good job on there, Hasbro's part. So you've got the head sculpt there, of which I do think they've probably taken from the voice actor and tried to morph it into something similar as to what we see in the animated series. Of course, all these Rebels figures from this assortment are in their costumes from season 1. It'll be a big question as if we'll get them in their other costumes from later seasons. It's not too needed in my opinion with some of the characters, but it would be cool to see the costume changes for the likes of someone like Ezra and maybe Sabine and Kanan. And again, I think they're the only ones that would probably need it. So just a stunning figure, this one. I love how they've really got some of the details in there. I love some of the rough edging and detail they've put onto his jacket that give his costume the very cobbled together kind of aesthetic it had in the show. Even his collar has that little rip. and his leg here. You know, you've got the mismatched armour plating and the boots, just really, really impressive. And you've got the logo on the back there, which is really nicely painted, and that head sculpt is just fantastic in my opinion. So in terms of accessories, he comes with his lightsaber blaster. In the show, or at least in the first few seasons, he has this lightsaber blaster. So the blaster's there, the lightsaber obviously there. So it doubles up as a gun and a melee weapon obviously. And you can remove the blade. So you can just have it as the blaster like so. When he's done with it, you can put it on his side in that hook. There's a loop there. It just sits quite nicely like that. He does come with a cadet helmet, because Ezra does have a thing for collecting helmets. I'm sure many Star Wars fans can relate to that. And he does wear that rather nicely, like so. I love the detailing, the paint application, even the finish they've put on that helmet. It's really, really nice, really high quality. I mean, this figure in general is super high quality and what you would expect from Black Series. That's not to say I do have one very small gripe, and that's in the articulation. And it's not a massive gripe to completely undo everything that this figure already does. So in terms of articulation, this guy has a ball jointed head and a hinge or ball joint in the neck. It's very limited though due to the collar. Ball hinged shoulders, ball hinged elbows, ball hinged wrists, ball jointed torso. Then in the hips, this is the similar sort of articulation that the Phantom Menace and Attack of the Clones Obi-Wan has. Link up there for the Attack of the Clones one, because that's the one I got. Stupidly didn't get the Phantom Menace one. Another thing for another time, slight diversion. But the peg goes down like that rather than outwards. If I've got Kanan here, so typically figures can kick out like that and kick forward because the joint's out like so, so you can do that. For some reason at the time Hasbro decided, oh, we're going to try this thing with this figure and the Obi-Wan where we put the peg going down like that. It works somewhat for the Obi-Wan because you can actually get in and move that thing, but because of the belts and the straps, it's difficult to get in there to try and twist that joint to move forward. Now he can kick slightly forward like so, but not as much as he probably could do. But he can kick out. But yeah, I'm struggling to find a way to try and twist it, and I think it is literally just a case of twisting it, but it's getting in there. But nonetheless, it's there. I usually just have my figures standing on a shelf like so. I don't have anything overly dynamic, but for those of you who like to do toy photography and things like that, it might be a bit of a problem to try and get him to do. It's a bit of a faff, but yeah, that's just one of my slight gripes of him. He has double hinged knees and he has ball jointed ankles with rocker joints. So at the end of the day, you can get this guy into some really, really good poses. And overall, I do think this is an absolutely fantastic figure. It's certainly a must-have, particularly obviously if you are a Star Wars Rebels nut like myself. Not having Ezra and Zeb as well has felt like a bit of a missing link in the collection. So to have a group shot of them now is absolutely terrific. So overall, I'm super happy to have this guy in my collection. And with that very minor gripe aside about the articulation in the hips, he's a pretty damn perfect figure, for me at least. And it just reminds me as well as to, where is Ezra and Thrawn? Where are they? Only time will tell. So let me know what you guys think of this figure. Have you picked this guy up? If you haven't, what are you waiting for? And let me know in the comments down below. And this is me, Daniel East 1000, signing out, and thank you very, very much for watching.